Heart it bounces off metal skin, thrusters blaze where the dark begins. Out past Nyx in the static roar, he's punching through as he's done before. Digits dance on a cracked display, ghosts to Yav and just drift away. But deep in the black past giant space worms, Katarn stays cool through all the storms. Rum meets force to Lorville's flame, from ex-con turns to permadeath's shame. He's seen it all and still he flies, the man, the myth, with alibis. He built a fleet, he forged a brand, with sci-fi dreams and depth command. No quit, no fear, no corporate chrome, just the captain's crew and a ship that's home. Black market runs in cornet streets, whispers trade where the old code beats. Stellarist kings and galaxies ghosts, all tuned in on the same old host. He can't promise a glorious end, just grit, fire and the will to bend. A pirate mind with a soldier's calm, tactical heart, outlaw charm. From meets force to Lorville's flame, from ex-con turns to permadeath's shame. He's seen it all and still he flies, the man, the myth, with alibis. He built a fleet, he forged a brand, with sci-fi dreams and depth command. No quit, no fear, no corporate chrome, just the captain's crew and a ship that's home. Ride with the captain through fire and haze. Captain's crew, don't blink, don't phase. Glory fades, but legends burn. Hit the jump, let the engines churn. Stars remember every name. Lost in the void, still playing the game. You can run, you can break, you can swarm, but the captain's crew will always perform. To Lorville's flame, from ex-con turns to permadeath's shame. He's seen it all and still he flies, the man, the myth, with alibis. He built a fleet, he forged a brand, with sci-fi dreams and depth command. No quit, no fear, no corporate chrome, just the captain's crew and a ship that's home. The intrepid dawn through storm and spark, Captain Katarn still chasing the dark. He's seen it all and still he flies, the man, the myth, with alibis. No quit, no fear, no corporate chrome, just the captain's crew and a ship that's home.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, Captain Katarn here. Welcome to another Star Wars Galaxies stream. First I wanted to spotlight this individual. Dude, the amount of work this guy has put into Infinity as a server has to be insane. You can't just buy Mandalorian armor here and you can't just wear it. You have to go through a incredibly long, probably the most difficult quest chain I've ever seen in a game. And then that's just the beginning. Then you get your helmet and you're kind of like an initiate. Think like a youngling essentially. And then to get the whole rest of it and to like level up through the Death Watch is actually pretty intense. So shout out to Lou here, L-U-G-H. Might not be saying that right. Maybe it's pronounced like Loogie. I don't know. But very cool. So here we are. Infinity is buzzing today. Thank you so much for joining me. Sorry that we didn't stream this on Thursday, but I had put out that video and it had done so well I didn't want to mess with the momentum of it. I wasn't sure if YouTube would stop pushing that out, so we're gonna do this today. Unfortunately, Infinity, I'm already buffed up, so we're gonna run out here. Unfortunately, Infinity did suffer a cyber attack. It looks like some people maybe had another Star Wars Galaxies account on a different site that they used, and that site got scraped. And so if the passwords were the same, people were logging in and deleting characters and everything, so they had to do a rollback. Just a little bit of one. Unfortunately, I lost probably an hour of grinding. I'm not that upset about it, so we'll get it back. But thankfully, all those people had their accounts recovered, which is really those are the real friends we made along their way, right? Let's get into this. Looks like Iron Man. Yeah, I can see that. What's up, Pims the Great? It's been a while, man. Good to see you. Glad to see you're still around. Are you still playing SWG? And I think that you had a you're I can't remember. Are you like way into XCOM? I forget which one. I think maybe you were in XCOM, but I love you being here, man. I will always remember the name. All right. There's somebody behind me, probably also looking at the terminal or looking to shiv me in the back. Not sure. Zabrak face. Still no pickles. I'm a little. Anytime I see a Zabrak, I'm always on edge. You gotta be careful. So we're gonna go finish our grind. We don't have very much left. Let me show you. I think it's K. Yeah. So we just have to finish. Fence. Is it? Did we already do fencer? I think we already did pikeman. I'm gonna examine self. Hang on a second. All right. So we did pikeman. So I need to finish fencer, and then we have to do Terrascasi. Shouldn't be so bad. Especially with these Sharnaps, they give a lot more XP. You haven't seen this game in 20 years. Welcome back, Steven. You can play it. It's called Star Wars Galaxies Infinity. This is the pre-CU version. It's what I recommend. They will have jump to light speed at some point here. Sorry, I'm getting a bunch of messages from my clients. Also, Trepidon Studios, check it out in the link. I got to start plugging that now that Etsy is apparently going to be cracking down on 3D printing stores, which is stupid. I mean, if you can use a sewing machine, you can use a 3D printer. It's not a copier. To make the kind of prints that I do, not only do you have to be like super involved in the process, you have to have incredibly high-end equipment and know how to calibrate it, everything. All right, let's start here. Got our swoop bike. All right, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like that's pretty good. Hopefully this isn't too annoying. Oh, this attack can't be done with his melee weapon. What do we have there? Oh, that's the unarmed spin attack, which makes sense. That's what we were using before. So we need one hand spin attack, 2. Well, I guess one hand spin attack. 1 will have to do. It's the only one I have. Okay, so we'll zoom out on this. Maybe we'll spin up some music. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just chat today. These are always relaxed streams. I just like hanging out with you guys. Holocron grind? No, this is a village unlock system. The village resets every 3 days, so the fastest you could get a Jedi is 12 days. But you will grind every point of XP, so it's not fast. Some people will see that and be like, "Oh, you didn't earn it." No, you earned it just as much as you did on live. And if you do it in 12 days, you really, lifed it. But like, that's cool. People can do whatever they want with their time. Yeah, I mean, the hardest part is like initially getting your brawler right, going up the Terrascasi line. That's gonna take hours and hours, so you'll have to handle that. But yeah, they boosted XP through today because of the rollbacks. Oh, that's right. Thank you so much, Sundance. I forgot about that. So this will go. Whoa, yeah. Oh yeah, I see that. That's probably like 2x. So that's nice. Okay. Yeah, so if you wanted to join it, Star Wars Galaxies, now's a great time to do it. I don't think Infinity has any dumb rules like making sure you own the game or anything. I mean, like, literally, if Disney wanted to shut this down, owning the game or not will have no say in that. That's not a legal defense, never was. Just like if they want to shut down my business, I won't be able to do anything about that either. All right, so we're in here. I'm zoomed out because otherwise we're just gonna hear a whole bunch of. I mean, here you can hear it. A lot of pings and. I'm using my little Jonta knife, but it is going pretty quickly. Let's set this up so that we can actually see where we are on this, because we don't want to cap. So let's go to that master fencing stances and grips. We basically need to. We can get 9,000, so we'll probably be able to get a bunch of these. We'll be able to bang this out pretty quickly. I should see which one has spin attack too. This one. Maybe I should go for that first. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll get spin attack too, and then the rest of it will be very fast. Unfortunately, I mean, they do have a really nice Star Wars music mod, I think, as part of the server, which is why I can't use it, because it'll flag my video. You know, which I used to not care about it, but the channel's actually doing really well, and with my with my Etsy store potentially being restricted, we'll see. Nothing's happened yet. We're gonna need all the revenue we can get. All right, very cool. And you can see on here we have this server-wide chat, and it's always active. People are very nice and helpful. The PvP crowd can be like, you know, teenagers that never grew up, but that's that's probably the same for any game, especially this one, because I always find that like the people that are like die hard into PvP on this and super toxic are usually like late 30s, early 40s, like my age, because this was like their game when they were in college. And so they think they know so fucking much about it that they're just like super smug and stuff. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't act like that in anything. Or at least I try not to. You know, we had a really good discussion in here maybe like 2 or 3 streams ago with a bunch of people that I would consider to be very, very knowledgeable. It's about the history of Star Wars Galaxies and game mechanics and stuff. And I like to sit back in those situations and just be like, yeah, you know, I'm not the expert here, and I get that, and I'm willing to admit it, you know. Don't always have to be right. Let's check here. All right, so we're about halfway to capping. Probably be able to get one more layer, and then we'll go back and get spin attack 2 and finish off the template. Shouldn't take very much at all, especially with this double XP, which is super nice. I do not like this house being here, but I'll defend his right to put it anywhere he wants. It's just in my grinding grounds, so I have to move further away from the terminal. Okay. You know what? I think we are going to spin up some music in the background just to make it a little more exciting. Let's do that. Yeah, so I definitely recommend this server more than the others. It's always interesting to me because there was somebody that tried to come in here and tell me that, you know, like this server's dying and everybody left, and I don't see that. I think what happens there is like a toxic group of individuals get all pissed off and, you know, cause trouble, then leave, and then try to do that. It's actually really amazing to me. There's a core group of people that are like involved in servers, sometimes at the admin level, that have been like absolute problems for almost the entirety of like the emu's existence across various servers, and you see them keep popping up other places, and I get it. We're all addicted to this game. I'm addicted to it, but like the thing I like about this is that I implicitly trust the admins of this server to be fair and just and well skilled. That's really important. Like the main developer here actually worked on Galaxies when it was live, so I mean he's got talent. They've got so much custom content that he makes and the team makes. It's very cool. Let's check what's going on out here. I hope you guys liked that video I put out on Thursday. My next video is going to be a review of the Mirai Guardians. I don't know. Heavy fighters are just in a weird space. It's like they're more Y-wings, in my opinion, than fighters. But that's fine. I mean, if that's how they want it to be, we'll deal with it. I'm just curious what this new flight model's gonna do. I didn't mind master modes, which I know is like completely sacrilegious to some people, but I really didn't like the original flight model. Like shooting at something tiny that's 1.5 kilometers away from you that you can't even see is not fun to me. More gunship than fighter? Yeah, I would say that's probably true. Especially, you know, the thing is, Pims, I would if I could do it again, I would just get the base Guardian. But I can't downgrade, you know what I mean? Like, I usually use referral packages to upgrade, so it saves me money. And I can only add money. I can't get money back out of this. So we went from the base Guardian, and then I got talked into the QI by somebody that I used to hang out with. And then I was like, okay, and then I tried that. I didn't really care for it. And then I saw the MX. I'm like, oh, I'll get this. And I like the MX, but it's even worse on the turning radius. It's pretty rough. All right, we'll finish these guys off. Let's check on our XP. This might finish it. It might be very close. Let me see real quick, because we only have to get up to here. So there was that 350 plus 250 is 6,000 plus 175. So I need 775. And we have that. So yeah, we can go train after we kill these dudes. Nice. All right, there we go. All right, so if we can do this, and then probably those other layers will even master us, I would assume, because I just have to get the two topmost boxes, which are, it's 900. It's just an XP cap. Shouldn't take long at all. I'll have spin attack too, so it'll go a lot faster. Very cool. Yeah, this is the time to grind. If you ever wanted to get through Star Wars Galaxies pre-CU and not have to, you know, poke at a flute with your stone knife like I had to do for like hours and hours just to get to this point, definitely check it out. I don't know when it ends. I want to say soon on the double XP or whatever XP modifier they put in, but definitely take advantage of that. All right, let's get some music going. Maybe VLC.
In the galaxy of stars where the force entwines, a Jedi stands tall, where darkness defines. With lightsaber in hand, against us distraught, a clash of destinies on his cosmic path. Jedi Knight with the force so bright, in the heart of the battle amidst the night, defending the light with courage untold, a galaxy's hero, brave and bold.
It might be a little high.
Blade of fiery rage, but the Jedi's resolve no fear can gauge. Through Coruscant skyline in a saber's dance, light versus dark fate's cosmic chance.
Sorry about that.
Jedi Knight with the force so
I had it routed through the wrong thing.
battle amidst the night, defending the light with courage untold, a galaxy's hero, brave and bold. Across Tatooine's dune,
And we can turn it the hell down.
suns gleam, the Jedi silent strength, like a timeless dream through
Thanks, Pims.
where Ewoks Ambitions lure, but the Jedi's wisdom steadfast and sure. In a galaxy struggle where legends are made, the Jedi's path a serenade. Jedi Knight with a force so bright, in the heart of the battle amidst the night, defending the light with courage untold, a galaxy's hero, brave and bold. Jedi Knight with a force so bright, in the heart of the battle amidst the night, defending the light with courage untold, the galaxy's hero, brave in the cosmic symphony where stars align, a Jedi's legacy, an eternal shrine, or in the force embrace, the truth is clear, the Jedi spirit conquers all fear.
Okay, let's not do that. Let's instead take everything here. Copy it. No, won't let me copy it. Okay. Pull it into a playlist. All right, there we go. Let me know if that's too loud. Oh, there we go. Oh, thank God. I can turn it down to the same level that you guys hear. Maybe. Hmm. Oh, there we go. Oh, thank God. That was so loud. I'm sorry. Instantly, I saw everybody left the stream. I was like, oh shit. Screwed up the levels, but hopefully that's better. This is very like John Williams Gustav Holt style. And if my microphone is too loud, let me know, because I was listening to one of the playbacks and on my streams I noticed that I was kind of soft, so I turned it up, but it might have been too much. I don't want to peek. So we'll put the samples like there. Up it slightly. Alright, very cool. Actually, it might only take 2 more layers for us to be done with this. That went really fast. Spin attack 2 is strong. Yeah, man. Grant Newman on Epidemic Sound. His stuff is amazing. If you need Star Wars adjacent music, that's the way to go, I think. Yeah, for sure. Love it. Okay. And guys, if you're just joining me, welcome to the stream. This is Star Wars Galaxies. It's a super old game, but I love it. And if you ever listen to my Star Wars or Star Citizen videos and you hear me wax poetic about this game, it has a nostalgia. It's like online crack, really, for a lot of us that grew up with it. Like compared to modern standards, it's not. I don't think it holds up very well. I know, which is like super unpopular to say. It did a lot of things really well and ahead of its time. It did a lot of things really clunky and have since been, like, I guess, developed further. You can hear me fine. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate you. Yeah, so it did a lot of things great, did a lot of things not so great. You just have to take the good with the bad. But those of us that are into it we can't stop. Which is why on a Father's Day, instead of spending time with my dad, which I will do later, like I said, we have a hard stop at 1:55 Eastern time, so about an hour from now. We're gonna watch the F1 race together. Even though I'm 43, never too old to, you know, hang out with the father. Right. We'll chase down this last guy. How close are we? Yeah, one more layer, I'll do it for sure. There's a lot of people in Epidemic Sound that haven't posted anything since like 2023. So I really hope they're okay, because their stuff was awesome. And I hope that they make enough money off of it that they're satisfied. Like, the guy that I use most of his stuff that I think sounds the best cyberpunk-wise in my videos, he hasn't posted in a long time, but he does have, like, 250 tracks on there. So, I mean, it's not like he wasn't prolifically making music. Maybe he just figured he has enough and he's retiring and enjoying the money, and I hope that that's the case. I hope that everyone gets there, to be honest. Don't want to play Jedi Knight again. Let's fix that. There you go. Last March of the Heroes. I love that when I just get knocked over. That was Star Wars Galaxies in a nutshell. You'd be like Master Pikeman. You had some fencer, you know, and then maybe a stun baton, and you would just go to town on dizzy KDing people. It was crazy. Not necessarily a good thing, but and that was the thing. The professions were impossible to balance. So one of the nice changes that they made here in Infinity is there are no hybrid templates. Like I have a knife in my hand, so I'm a one-handed weapon user, so I'm a fencer. I only get the modifiers from fencer. I don't get to stack up, you know, all the crazy exotic defenses you get from like polearm and swordsman and TKA and stuff like that. Melee defense and range defense will stack, and like defense versus dizzy and stuff, but not any of the specific things that made it impossible to balance. How are we doing here? Yeah. We might as well finish the lair for the money, but we're capped here as soon as we kill a couple. And then I really haven't lost anything, so the rollback wasn't a problem for me. I do have to say that I really appreciate these higher res trees. I mean, you look at them, you might be like, that's high res if you compare it to like 2025 standards, but like compared to what they used to look like, oh man, that's going from, you know, broadcast TV to 720 HD and being mind blown. Alright, we are done with Fencer. Let's see, do I need to make any skill points available? I don't think so. It's what, two, yeah, I gotta make one available, so we will drop something else in Pikeman. How about polearm speed? We don't need that at all. Type yes. How about we dump our macros first, huh? Let's surrender that skill. I mean, we can surrender this whole tree. This is nothing. All right, very cool. Sorry, I'm reading the chat here, the Infinity chat. Nice. Triggan's boner series has a great ring to it. All right, I'll second that. This is actually a really interesting song. I like it. It's like it could work for Star Wars or Star Trek, really. I think that is pretty cool whenever something can fit both tones. And I guess it makes sense because Michael Giacano, I don't know how to say his name, he did score both. All right, so now we're going to go Terrace Kasi. Woo. You actually like the hybrid stacking. I get it, but they're about balance here. Just me. It was easier to keep. Oh, yeah. No, I mean, you'll still be able to do that here with the pre-CU buffs and all that. You'll find that, like, I think it's balanced for PvP purposes. The problem is they didn't want to have like a defense stacker that's like impossible to kill. You'll find a challenge in PvE encounters, but you'll be able to do them. You know, and one of the things that I've noticed is, like, whenever I was trying to do Jedi Pearl grinds for myself, killing crates and whatnot, people would show up and they would just be like high-end melee guys that had like legendary weapons and just absolutely destroy these things while I'm like over there as a Jedi, like kind of struggling, because they have like the highest lightsaber resistance I think in the game. Is how they, you know, how they balanced it so that other people that weren't Jedi could get pearls too. And so I would watch this guy like show up and take on two at once, and he was just a standard template. It probably had some force sensitivity, maybe force heal or something, but he was like just crushing it, you know. I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's how it's done, I guess, you know. Yeah, I think that you'd like this, because this you'll see that when you don't have to stack them necessarily, it offers you template freedom. So let's say you just go Master Swordsman, right? Maybe you could also pick up some Doctor or something to heal yourself. That'd be pretty cool. I want this to be the theme of my life here as I go through, like this plays as I walk. People hear it. It has to have a dark interlude period for my like edgy teenage portion of my life. Oh yeah, I stopped all the macros. I think I could probably find that was a really nice like crescendo take out of a video. I could probably find a use for that. That sequence there was really cool. Like when I listen to this music, I try to think of how I can use it. Yeah, so upcoming videos I want to make a video on my setup. So show you guys how I have this set up for Star Wars Galaxies and Star Citizen. It's pretty fun. Mirai Guardian review. And I do kind of want to do a video on Star's Reach. I figure at this point if I lose my Etsy store, I don't really have a whole lot else to worry about. So we might just go that route. I figure Raph can't really retaliate against me that hard. Oh, what am I doing? Egads! Gotta run away, run away! I'm doing this wrong, guys. I should have smacked myself. Okay. We need to unarm. I was grinding useless XP. There we go. And we need to put this unarmed spin attack 1 back. Okay. Now we have to do this. Probably gonna take us another extra layer because of that. Terrace Kasi Novice. This is what we're doing. It's gonna take forever to kill them because we don't have any damage or speed because we're at the very bottom, and I can't use a knuckler until we get this box. This is gonna take a couple minutes. Sorry guys, I'm trying to fix this. It keeps wanting to capture my mouse every time I do something here. Did you ever get into Battlestar Galactica? The old one or the new? Or newer? I guess man, it's coming up on 20 years old now. Okay. Yes. I liked it. Yes, it went off the rails. No, I was not a fan of the religious overtones that Ron wants to put in all his stuff. I think, unfortunately, the fact that he can't separate that from the media is his falling as a writer. And we see that because like the last season didn't make sense. It was basically like, from what I understand, Sci-Fi did not like the ratings after season 2 and basically told them that they were on the verge of cancellation. So they started to try to like make it more interesting at the expense of like it doesn't make any sense anymore. And that's why it kind of like, I think, nosedived. What do you think, Pims? I'm curious. I mean, like, part of it is I have my own opinions, and I've found that as I get older, sometimes the things that my first impressions are not always right. I can actually be swayed if somebody has a good argument, and I think on it for a while and then come back to it. That's something that like George Washington used to do, right? He would tell all his generals they were wrong, and he'd be real mad about it, and then he'd go and he'd like sleep on it, and he'd wake up and he'd be like, no, the consensus is right. And I'd like to believe that I can do that too. But yeah, I'm curious, what's your opinion about Star Galactica? I mean, I like the concept of it. Didn't really care for some of the characters or story arcs. The final 5 made no sense at all. I mean, that's basically, if I have to like point at something and say I don't like this, I didn't like anything about their like big conspiracy resolution. But yeah, your thoughts are important to me. Let me know what you think. It did get a little weird. Starbuck being Bo-Katan, yeah, that's true. When you tried killing crates on Infinity, had all the foods and other high-level things, I failed terribly. Yeah, I mean, it's a... There's definitely probably a trick to it. I mean, I wouldn't mind running with you, Brian. I mean, like, I need to build a group here to hang out with and do things, and I don't want to be a leech on them. So people that are, like, actively involved here and do their own things, and I can just pop in and we can go run off and do something, that would be cool. The old one was just so hokey. Yeah, I mean, you know, none of those were really well thought out. It was all like, let's take advantage of the Star Wars hype, right? So like, there. Have you ever seen stars crash? No, that's one. Like the guys that are in here, your real ones, you know, stars crash. If you've seen that, you've seen some shit. I made Jorgie watch it maybe a year ago. Whenever I found out about it through like an article or something, I was like, I have to see this for myself, because it just, the way it described it, I'm like, there's no way. You think from a story perspective it was great? Okay, maybe I didn't understand it, but I think the final 5 doesn't hit for me. Oh, you know Stars Crash, okay. With Christopher Plummer being the Emperor of the Universe and David Hasselhoff, oh man. Yeah. And if you haven't seen it, guys, it's like so bad it's bad. It's not one of those so bad it's good. It's just like you have to watch it and be like, somebody put this to film. And somebody else gave them a check to do it and was like, yes, this is what I want. You know, a lot of mistakes were made. You liked OG Battlestar Galactica a lot better. Maybe it's a generational thing. Possibly. Did you like Battlestar Galactica 1980? I don't know much about it. I know it exists. I've never watched it. I'm not sure like how better, worse, or different it is than the original series. Heck, maybe it was better. Alright, if we can kill these dudes, which it looks like we're on our way to doing, we should be very, very close to getting the XP we need. Aw, damn it. No, we're not. Because you can see that they take a lot, they give a lot less because we're not leveled up. I was hoping I was going to get 23k like we were. Shit. I'm going to have to kill another layer. It's going to take another 20 minutes. That's okay. Still have time. I'm not quite out of here yet. After the F1 race, I am going to stream some XCOM tonight. I do like this one. It's got a nice sound to it. I don't know how much it's coming through on the stream. This is a good kind of ambience. Yeah, I definitely need to use that more. Oh, Jorgie and I watched Wayne's World and Wayne's World 2 Friday night. It was the first time he's ever seen it. I haven't watched them in probably 20 years. And there were some jokes in there that I didn't get as a kid. So like, it really like, oh my god, I was laughing so hard. You know, there's things that go right over your head if you're a certain age and you watch things, and like as an adult you see them, and it's just so hilarious. If Star Wars and Star Trek are top tier sci-fi and Spaceballs is the bottom, this is way below Spaceballs. Everyone should go watch it. Yeah, dude, Stars Crash. That's the name of it. Definitely check it out. It's not a so bad it's good movie. It's a so bad it's bad, but in a very interesting way. Here, let's see. Is it Control H? Yeah, it's Control H. Let's get a screenshot for the next. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna throw this in the Discord. We'll use that as the thumbnail for the next stream, so I don't have to keep using Jedi thumbnails and stuff, because there's a real lack of content out there for thumbnails. There you go. Ketlian has arrived. Welcome to Infinity. Very cool. Tell you what though, I had fun last night playing Galaxy or Star Citizen at like 3 in the morning. I tried to get on the live server. It wouldn't generate a hanger for me, so I was like, ah, shit. So I got on the PTU and went out and did some driving, and they have really improved the ground vehicles a little bit. It's not where I think it needs to be yet, but not bouncing around everywhere was a nice quality of life change. All right, so it looks like yeah, we're halfway to being able to use a vibro knuckler, and then this gets stupid easy. You liked it? I mean, you know how the newer version changed some of the characters into juvenile delinquents? Yeah, I get you on that. Always fighting with higher command officers, some of the religious stuff I didn't like. I really didn't like the XO's character at all. I mean, I think, and you know, like I can say this now because we're past that period. But my father was very much an alcoholic for a large part of his life. He's not here yet. I mean, I don't think that he minded me talking about it. It doesn't really matter. And so like when I see that in another character, it makes me like recoil. But I also didn't think he was very interesting. I thought the whole subplot with his wife was kind of dumb. You know, like, I don't know. Maybe I just have bad taste, and I accept that. You know, like I said, my opinions are not always right. I know this is riveting stuff. Having to smack this rock layer with my bare hand. It's like the evil teachings of Pai Mei Amidala. Okay, if you got that reference, we're on the same wavelength. I don't know. And if you're watching this on you know, on the on demand video, post it in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. The evil teachings of Pai Mei Amidala. No hints. Probably do more war crying and intimidating. I should add those into my macro. But this is the last character I'm probably gonna grind on this server. I'll have 3 Jedi. I think I was gonna make this guy a master healer. Maybe master healer, master enhancer, and a little bit of lightsaber. So the whole idea with me getting 3 Jedi on the server was that I was gonna use all 3 characters together, macroed, to do practically any content I want. That's the goal. I mean, it's kind of OP. Not gonna lie. But yeah, I mean, it's within the roles, I think. It pointed out the major flaws in humanity and its decadence. Okay. But showing how they fought to try to better themselves and stumbling in one way shows it's possible to be better. You know what? See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I may not have the best taste because sometimes I think very, very deeply about a show. Like, for example, Severance is my favorite television show that's ever been made. I absolutely love Severance, and I think about, like, every possible nuance of every scene on that show. But, like, something like Battlestar Galactica, I just watch it for entertainment. I'm not, like, critically thinking, and maybe that's my problem. And in fact, that's why, like, I hate to say this because this is probably unpopular opinion. I did not like the first couple episodes of Andor because I had just come off Severance, where you had to, like I said, think about every single scene, the nuance, you know, like what's said, what's unsaid, what do you see on the screen, like what are the themes. And then I get into Andor, which is like great Star Wars, fantastic Star Wars, but I was still in my Severance like headspace, so I was over analyzing literally everything, and because of that I couldn't enjoy it. And then I had to step back and tell myself, look, this isn't on that level, this isn't that show, like Severance is a better show, period, end of story. Like, but Andor is probably the best Star Wars you can get, so I need to recalibrate myself. And then I was better, and then I enjoyed it. But yeah, without that context, like it was really hard to like it because I was expecting, you know, I was hoping for another Severance experience, but you're not going to get that. I'll have to check too. It looks like maybe my chest piece broke or something. 68%. 69%. Nice. Yeah, I might need a new chest piece here soon. Yeah, but this character is supposed to look like Kyle Katarn. That's why I made these clothes. I made my wife's character a Twi'lek dancer, so she could dancer and tailor, so she could make me clothes. Did any of you guys watch Severance? I mean, if I was ever going to start like one of those breakdown review channels, it would be because of shows like that that really just like make me really think about things. In fact, for a long time, Jorgie and I had a pretty cool routine where we'd watch the show, we'd talk about it for like an hour afterwards, and then we'd go and we'd watch all the breakdown videos and theory videos, and that was very entertaining. That got me through the winter. And then my boss at work is way into Severance, so we would talk about that too, which is always nice to have like a bonding thing. It's one of those things you got to work with these people. You might, if you can like them too, then it's a good deal. All right, I think we're almost done. These guys look like they're about to fall, and then we should be enough to get our certification. Come on. You haven't played SWG Infinity in months. You have one character that could get a visit from the old man. I want to do some things like with Cryets. Okay, we can do that. I mean, I have a Jedi. I can solo it. It's just a pain in the ass for me. With another person, it would be fine. I mean, I technically have 2 Jedi. The other one is like 4 million XP away from like its last master box, and I'm struggling so hard on that because I keep forgetting I have to put up force armor because it's not like a template I usually use. I wanted to have like a master powers guy so I could like force lightning and force choke from a distance kind of deal. So the idea was that I had one Jedi that was master saber, master defender that would be up tanking. I would have the force guy choking and lightning from a distance, and then I would actively play the healing character and keep everybody up, plus, you know, like add some damage in while I could. So that was my 3 character idea. It didn't necessarily work, but yeah. All right, we're good here. Actually, we can just dump and peace. I have some new switches coming. My freaking keyboard now is the C key is double firing like 50% of the time I use it, and it's pissing me off. So I have a new MX Cherry blue switch coming for that. Should be dropped off today. I can't type on anything that's not a cherry blue anymore. I need a clicky in order to handle it. Like, I like the audible feedback. I like the feel of it. I know that can be like super annoying in an office setting, but I think it can also be satisfying. I guess it depends on the other person's mood at the time. Like for me, it was always very satisfying. Thankfully, since I work from home, I don't have to worry about what other people think of my keyboard. I had a guy I was playing Star Citizen with that was telling me that he disappeared his co-worker's mechanical keyboard because he couldn't stand it anymore. He's like, one day that guy came to work, he's like, and it was just gone. And I was like, oh, that's so shitty. You know, like, that's bad and you should feel bad. Alright, so let's check. Do we have the skill points we need? We need what? I need 15, right? Is the master box 15? It's 6. Okay, so we can definitely get this. That's good. And then this will go a lot faster. Where is he? Aha! Would you... Let's see, we're going to be in first person here for a second. Would you learn Terrascasi from a man that looks like this? I suppose you would. I'm interested in learning a skill. Alright. Now
hey,
I can
kid,
use...
I'm putting together a crew. You in?
Hey, Two Fang Bear's now one of the captain's crew. If you're in here, I appreciate you. And if you're not in here, well, I still appreciate you. Alright, let's go do a couple more layers, and then we're gonna call it a day. Let's also plan out our attack here. So we're in the Terrascasi tree now. Oh, I could... At least get a couple of these boxes. Let's first figure out what we're gonna dump. We want to keep these defensive ones. I think those are definitely helpful. You can dump this entire tree, so we'll do that. Let's dump our macro first. We can probably get rid of this too. Although it does have some nice defenses here I want to keep for now. Yeah, okay, so we've taken all the points I can with that, and we'll get these all these precision striking. Okay, so that means that... Okay, so we're getting some more defensive accruity, which is nice. And unarmed accuracy, which is really nice. Okay, unarmed toughness, which is, I think, like almost innate armor. Oh, here's the song. So this is the 80s song that I made for the stream. I did the... Okay, I got a couple minutes. My dad's on his way. So this is like the 80s sound style like intro song I made. It's supposed to feel like perfect in like 1986, talking about a sci-fi stream. I would say if they told me I had to lose every one of my Star Wars Galaxies mods on here except one, like all the visual, I would keep the lightsaber mod because I absolutely hate the way that the default lightsaber blade looks in Star Wars Galaxies. It's awful. The other thing I would like is to see somebody do something that actually makes it like opaque instead of transparent. That would make me very happy. But I don't think that's ever been done. The best mod ever was like movie style lightsaber blades. And I had that when I was actually playing it. It kind of like made a little... So the DVD launch of the Star Wars Special Edition had a really interesting like lightsaber flare effect at the bottom when the characters were on the covers. And it kind of like mimicked that. It looked really cool. Oh yeah, now we're hitting for some serious amounts. Look at that. We were hitting for like 200 before, now we're hitting for 1300. This will be a lot faster. Sorry, it looks like YouTube's buffering. It's probably Sunday afternoon. It's peak streaming time for like all the neighbors, you know. You gotta get out the Netflix. I so wish we had Verizon Fios available here. I would get it in a second. I had that when I lived downtown and it was absolutely worth every penny. Alright, so let's also check on this one. Yeah, you can see how much faster we're killing them and how much more points we're getting now. It feels much better. Alright, so like what should we get first? Let's see. Should probably get wherever the spin attack 2 is. We should go up the power tree. That just makes so much sense, actually. So we'll do that. We'll get intermediate power techniques and then the rest. This is one of those things that it's actually pretty difficult to gain power, because all the vibro knucklers, like even the exceptional ones, are all in the same range. Really? This sounds very Star Warsy. What is this? I gotta find out. Clockmaster Magic Pendulum. Okay, so this is probably more like Harry Potter inspired. Still John Williams, Gustav Holt. I like it. It makes me feel like I'm a wizard. We just have to make sure we don't cap this. Well, we want to cap it, but we don't stay any longer than we have to. Yeah, do you get the Harry Potter vibe from this? No, Brian, I'm not that guy. Nah, that wouldn't appeal to me. I mean, I totally get why some people would like it. Being hunted 20 years ago in real life was the coolest thing. You know, like real life. In live Star Wars Galaxies, I mean, was the coolest thing I've ever experienced. I cared about it in a way that I'll never care about this, if that makes sense. Like, Death of a Spaceman will make me care about my character in Star Citizen. I just don't have that same level of interest in my characters on Infinity. I love Infinity, and I like SWG, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not as way into it as I used to be. But I mean, that's a cool concept, sure. Well, basically, I think that there's a lot of bounty hunters that really like the and I put challenge in parentheses of you know, what do they call it? Seal clubbing a baby Jedi. So I can see the appeal. I got bounty hunted exactly once on my first Jedi, and I lost. I shouldn't have lost, to be honest. I should have beat him, but I was not really prepared and didn't have a rotation down, so he was just able to kite me for a little bit, and eventually I just kind of gave up and stopped healing myself, and I didn't care. I realized I would get my XP back in like 30 minutes and be on my way, you know. I was like, I can fight this guy. I'm like, I don't think I'll win at this point because I'm not playing very smart. And I haven't seen him around since, so I guess he's not on the server anymore. Actually, I think we probably need to go. Oh, did they? No, the cap on this would be 350. A little higher. Oh, this is the Reckless Ravager. This actually makes the grind a little bit slower. These guys spawn about 1 in every 10, maybe. I wonder if there's like a special thing that he drops. I'm gonna loot him. I don't loot the other ones. Oh, he capped me though. That was nice. I don't think he dropped anything. I think you should be able to put bounties on bounty hunters. I have one, by the way, but I saw a server where you could start out as a Jedi. I like that because you shouldn't have a lot of time. I get that, and that's the whole, like, the pay to win argument in Star Citizen just annoys me. It's not pay to win, it's pay to skip the grind. And that doesn't win. What do you have there? I have a ship. The other person has an experience. Everybody plays for their own reasons. Some people play for experience, some people play for, you know, hanging out with their friends, and they just want to get right to that. I should make a video on that, but like one where I'm even toned and not emotional, and just make my points and let them react to it as they see fit. Give me more exposure. How many people are playing pre-CU Galaxies these days? I played the original when it came out. What's going on? Only One Life. On Starsider. Nice. That's where I ended up. I think that's where a lot of us ended up at the end. Miss those days. Think about getting back into this. This is probably the most populated pre-CU server. It used to be, for sure. I mean, here, like, this is a real dude. And I'm in like the hangout city right now because without jump to light speed, Corellia is like the best planet to be on, because you can get everywhere else usually in one jump, sometimes two. And here, let me just show you. I mean, it's a Sunday afternoon on Father's Day, so you would think that the population would be down a little bit and see all the characters here. But wait till we go inside the cantina. Check this out. I definitely recommend you play, and Infinity is a great place to play. So much content. I mean, look at all these people here. These are just inactive characters, right? Buffing or healing or whatever. And then you have everybody else out in the world doing their thing. Huge. It has a lot of custom content here. There's a Mandalorian class. Punish War Machine. You should be able to put bounties on any player just like an Eve. I accept that. Alright, let's get our precision striking. Power techniques, that's it. Okay, so we got damage and speed. We're almost there for this one, so we can cap up to 5k. I have another 10 minutes. We'll do one more layer. And then I gotta dip because of Father's Day, and I got some commitments, and then I'm gonna come back and stream XCOM after that. Oh, dude, definitely check this out. I mean, like I said, they have custom classes here, like Demolitions Expert for PvP, and the Mandalorian quest will follow a journey similar to like Din Djarin, and you're gonna meet characters from the Mandalorian, and the guy has done a fantastic job with that. It might be the best quest series ever made in Star Wars Galaxies. I don't give that honor out lightly, but I think he earns it. Did you ever come across a player named Jed Jiznek back in the day? I don't think I did. My character was Tim O'Neill. And I was a colonel in the Imperial Navy, so people would always be like, Colonel O'Neill, sir. And I didn't have Showtime or whatever it was, so I didn't realize that they were all like SG-1 references. At the time, it was just like super annoying for me, because I didn't know why everyone was like always coming up to me and being like, Colonel O'Neill, what are your orders? You know, I'd be like, leave me alone. It's Family Day. Happy Father's Day to everyone. Thanks, Pims. And I will see you later, man. You're the best. Pims is a real one. He's been here for a long time. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like, in hindsight, years later, I understood what was going on. But at the time, I'm like, man, this is really annoying. Just leave me alone. I want to play the game. All right, we're going to kill this lair, and I think I'm going to have to call it because I also have commitments. I think I have the link in the description. Let me check. Yeah, it is their website, swginfinity.com. So it should be in my description. I think you can click that. If it doesn't work, just search for SWG Infinity. But yeah, they have a double XP event going on right now because there was something that happened. They had the rule back a couple days, you know, in fairness to the community, and so they're trying to make up for it with this weekend. So yeah, it's never been a better time because that initial grind is a real pain in the ass if you remember. You know, and you have your pistol and you can't even hit, you know, a can in front of you like a like a stormtrooper, or I guess a bike trooper. All right, man. Have fun. This is definitely circus music now. We've slipped into the absurd. Yeah, we need to change that. So what is this? Victory March? No. Awaken Your Power is what this one's called. Maybe this will be better. There are a lot of Spotify plugs that you can use to like project your next song on here, but I don't think that they make sense because I don't want to put any of this on Spotify. It's not mine. And it's all royalty-free music that I license anyway. I may have to come up with a system that does that for me, or see if I can find one. Like a if this, then that, maybe. Because I can make all of the lower thirds for that really easily in After Effects. Oh no, I can't see anything. Alright, you have a great day. Let me find this. Where are we? Alright, that wasn't bad at all. We can level up both and be done for the day. So thanks so much, guys, for hanging out with me today. Hope everybody has a happy Father's Day. I'll be back in a couple hours after my stuff. We'll be doing some XCOM 2. Maybe we'll pick up the Mandalorian quest. We haven't done that one in a while. So I will see you there. Thanks for watching. As we head off into the distance, we'll give you the song here and my exit screen, which I really like it. I realize some people may not, but for me it's pretty cool. This was the first song I made. The 80s one was to replace this because Jorgie didn't like it as much. Thanks, Brian. You too.
Drifting through the black with the price of my name. No fleet, no flag, just fuel in the flame. Ghost on the scanner, sharp with the aim. I'm guard in the cockpit, playing the game. Beyond trails in a world gone cold. That's reroute, but I never fold. Smugglers lied, but the truth I sold. To the highest bidder in a tale untold. System locked, systems green. Got the crew, no in between. Smuggling truth, the corrupted streets. Captains online at the chaos screen. Tactical mind in a galaxy crash. Stacking credits while the systems hack. Tired of kings who fake command. I fly solo when I've always land. Data breach, memory trace. Systems arrive, clear interface. One last job, one last deal. Wiping my tracks, no trace to reveal. Locked in drift past Pyro's flame. Eyes on the hall, no need for fame. Black box balls and a burning name. The little legend of who I became. Star Trek life of an instinct stop. Maybe by the mark where the lights all stop. No safe words when you bend the law. But I am on target, just being the law. Signal locked, systems free. Got the crew, no in between. Smuggling and truth, the corrupted streams. Captains online at the chaos screen. They call me myth, they call me ghost. Just the pain on this red chat post. Seek fleets more, empires cry, and I still walk where your heroes die. Respond online, silence breaks. Run your scans, track my weights. I don't hide, I just evade. This legends move in a different shade.